Okay, can you hear me?
Objective unlocks in
Oh,
30
that's not the
seconds.
map I wanted.
Yeah.
Alright. Shit, that's still not the map I wanted. Eat my ass. That's the map I wanted.
Ready for battle.
Okay, can you hear me on stream? Can you hear me in Discord?
I can hear you on Discord, not stream though.
I just started a new stream.
Okay.
Just posted it in chat.
Wait till you see me on my bike.
Let me know if you can hear me through stream.
Five, four.
Okay, should be able to hear me through both. Okay, we're back.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
So I think there's a few different things we can go about this. I think the D.Va swap is fine for the Pharah. I think afterwards we could swap to an Echo Mercy. And I say that because the Echo should in perfect mirror battle be able to take the duel against the Pharah and win most, if not all the time. As long as both, if it's a Pharah Mercy versus the Echo Mercy, the Echo still should be able to win out that fight. So we can either go that route to deal with the Pharah plus the D.Va, or we go something a little bit more dive heavy and just kind of ignore the Pharah altogether. When we go for these dives, our first target is the Widow, then it's Kiriko, then it's the D.Va, then we deal with the Pharah Mercy. So something that could look like would be either D.Va Lucio, I say Moira, or we can go with the Winston Lucio. Lucio is always going to be the fixture in that, as either depending if we want to run the D.Va or if we want to run the Winston. The Moira is so that we can still survive through the Pharah poke and be able to, still to keep going through with our pushes. DPS, it's if we want to go for the Sombra Tracer, we can for full 5-man dive onto whatever target we're going after, or we can go with something a little bit more bulky, maybe sub the Tracer out for the Reaper, or we can keep with the Sojourn. Alright, we go for double hit scan against this. So the reason we should try to ignore this more than not is where he tends to play is going to be on up here on this rooftop, unless you can just like poke out and double dink with Ashe or hit a nice shot with Widow. You're not going to be able to have good sight lines of him. So either we need to make a better rotation to get out of this position, or we should try to switch to something where we ignore the Pharah completely, like I said, and continue on to their Widow. So from here, we should try to look to create different angles instead of being stacked on one another. We tend to do this a lot with our double sniper. So that could mean Pocket Ash comes up here and looks to poke out while our Widow stays down here or plays the bridge. Flip-flop the two, whatever. As long as we're not stacking up on one another. Because let's say if they're running a Sig, all they have to do is throw one shield out, and that negates both your LOS. So look to control this high ground. 10, you can probably push the car here, not play back so far. I know you're just doing this to get sightlines of me, but...
Justice reigns from above.
Repositioning.
Speeding up! Forward barrier activated! All in the team! Nothing gets past me!
Bad res.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Neutralizing projectile!
Helden sterben nicht. Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
I took too much poke out there and shouldn't have been out that far.
Nerf this! Game on! Dynaplation is nicht getan! Mobilizing! Engaging thrusters!
Sixty seconds remaining.
All in the team!
Justice reigns from
Nice, good
Nothing
picks.
gets past me! Deine Pflicht ist nicht getan!
Seconds remaining.
That's definitely a setup I think we should try with the Pharah. Kind of brutal. Great start for the pick. I think we can...
Do something!
Good Bob.
10 seconds remaining.
Deine Pflicht ist nicht getan!
Overtime.
Great Suzu. Okay, so slow adaptions. What do we think of one, the comp that they just ran? Maybe switching out the Widow since, I mean, if we don't have Feynman, it would kind of have to be convinced that would have to play the Widow. So we can either try convinced on the Widow, or we can go for something more like an Ashe. Or Sojourn. If we go for the Ashe would just have to play a little bit more further up, which can be more dangerous for them to be able to dive on. The Sojourn, a little less dangerous because you're able to slide back and get out. I think that would be a better close hold than what we did. Definitely more safe for us. We could even sub out the D.Va for possibly a ball, but I think the D.Va still would be the best pick for it. And I'm the only one in here. Okay, guess I'm getting out of the call. That's fine. So that's definitely something I think I want to do. However, for the actual attack that we did, we were definitely too late on the swaps, and just, I mean, we as a team, we have never ran into something like this for a close holds in general. But I think those are the two different ways that we do handle this, is taking an aerial battle while we're also jumping on their Widow. So if they have the pharmacy, we're going with the Echo Mercy to take that duel, while our either Sombra Tracer, whichever one, goes on to the Widow slash the Kiriko. I think a ball probably would have been best for that, if not maybe a Diva. Or we go through the route of all 5-man with a Moira jumping onto their Widow Kiriko. So we just, again, being a new team, we haven't ran into something like this or even anything like this, whether that's close hold or the Pharah close hold. So we just needed to adapt a little quicker, and that would have gone a lot easier for us. So Colosseo, I understand by this map we were kind of tilted, but we'll see how she goes. So in this comp, we're definitely more of a pokey comp. We don't need to be rushing in. Yeah. We called to play in front of the bot. I don't think that's necessarily the case. We want them to try and push into us. And if we play kind of like this corner right here, being able to poke out, as well as, spread out through back here, that'll force them to come into us while also having their back line not be able to see us. So playing this corner was the better call. Yeah, we had the early beat lead. They stack support ults. Ours. Great pick. I think we played that correctly. I don't think we amp there, or a window there. I think we still probably looked to kite with speed. I don't think we had it though, which was the issue. Again, it's not like we can play super fast with this comp. So honestly, beating gauges might not be the play either, but okay, we did call to drop the car. I don't like this molten core because one, and two, you dropped on the wrong side. For the most part, we're never gonna try and drop down like this because it pinches us by doing that instead of coming through to this side to drop down where it puts the enemy entirely in front of us. Molten core didn't get much value.
now. This ends now. What's the rush?
Oh, I don't know how Jet lives. Great B with the Ramacha falling down, we push forward. They use B.
Disrupting. Breaking them down. This ends now. Cybernetics regulated. Not so fast.
So, for the most part, we're going to be coming into an alt lead into this next fight, but only. Wait. Yeah. We're still down a little bit here in support ults, but I'm starting to think that the Kiriko still is better than the BAP with this comp, and we probably should have kept with it just because it deals with the Tracer a little bit easier. Maybe not with the necessarily with the poke, but more the Suzu. It's a good fight for us. Okay, we definitely have the ult advantage in this next fight. Studio, you're just up too far. I think we. Oh, that's unlucky. God, that's overpowered as fuck. Yeah, with speed, that's just kind of nuts. Good window to start. Okay, we're up. What? 4 ults here? 3 ults? They beat. What response do we make? And they pulse. Oh, poor Lamp. That's alright. They beat. We probably should have mirrored their beat.
Time to let off some steam.
I think we used Molten Core. Again, focus fires all over the place. Jet and me are up here on the Tracer. You're up here taking your duel. You're up here taking the duel onto the Lucio. Studio. Yeah, this map just seemed like we were all just in Tilt City at this point.
Cooling down.
When you can push. You're all set up, my dear. Pick on someone your own kind.
Clear out.
Please resolve your issues.
What's the rush?
Two minutes remaining.
Plan split.
Turning up my heat.
Breaking them down.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, and I hate to say this, but and call you out for it, but we were really tilted, and Studio, your play was just really poor on this map. I think we actually make it a lot closer if we aren't tilted going into this.
This ends now.
A little far forward. Alright, there's not much more to gather from this. So hopefully I'll be posting a little bit more notes for just to touch on some things and kind of at least recap some of my thoughts from this. I think some of those maps we definitely throw into the rotation for the next scrim, specifically looking at Rialto, looking at probably Coliseo, because I think we just go through the maps, push maps one by one since there's so few of them, and work on a game for each of them. I think we figured some things out, but I still think we need to get together and actually talk about comps, what we run, and the. I mean, it is macro, but both the macro and the micro of the specific comps are. We just got to keep looking at like what we did with tonight with specifically on Busan, because we spent the most amount of time there, because those are the two big comps that we do run mainly. With the Hog and the Doom, and I will again sum my thoughts up and put them in some notes for us to look at. Otherwise, after looking back on it, I know those maps seemed really bad, like they rolled us. Busan was extremely close, and we could have taken the entire thing if we would have just made a couple different choices. Rialto, we just didn't adapt fast enough in general, and I wasn't playing my best on that map either. We didn't look at King's Row, which sucks, but I didn't have the code for it. And Coliseo was just tilt fest. So quite a few things that we still got to work on. Our focus fire actually didn't seem as bad as I thought it was. We just need to... Focus fire wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It's just that we need to play a little bit faster when going in for some of these fights. And a little bit, and clear up our comms a little bit more. Other than that, let me know your guys' thoughts once you watch the VODs. For those that didn't make it, for those that did make it, thank you for making it. Other than that, we'll talk soon.